Hi guys, welcome to Doug Shoe Bushcraft. I think this is a knife I've been looking for years and years. I guess it's been available in Europe for a while now. It's a German company. They just launched a US website and they sent me this knife. It's the Odin-Wolf W1 outdoor knife. And they asked me to try it, test it out, post a review, and more than happy to do that. The brand is Odin-Wolf. So that's the name and logo. It's a subtle stamp of the logo on the sheath. .440C on that side. So for years and years I've been wondering, why doesn't anybody make a Mora reminiscent knife with the same sort of sheath but have full tang, beefier blade. I know Mora has bushcraft and survival specific knives now, but still wasn't what I was looking for. This they call a continuous tang. You can see the tang coming out the back there, and extruded around that is TPE. That's what they're calling the handle. I'd call it a synthetic rubber because I believe a natural rubber is made out of a tree sap, right? But this is synthetic. So how are you ever going to break that? The handle, I mean. I like wooden scales as far as the nostalgia, but not as comfortable as this, not as grippy. I mean, that is like all grip, but it's a hard rubber. It's soft, but it's not too soft and not spongy. So the grip on there is amazing. And this is familiar. And when it goes in that sheath, the retention is partly against that rubber, so it's like super grippy. If you're going to be skydiving or something and you're wanting even more retention than that, you could lash it to this clip here, to the whole lanyard hole and the clip. But just day-to-day use, I don't think I'd ever need to. That seems like more than enough retention, and yet can take it out easily. And I like that the sheath can be clipped over your belt. Don't have to take your belt off. Then it has that hook to retain it. I'll give you a careful look at the blade before I start using it. This is a pristine blade, guys. You know me. So that's a hollow grind down to the final edge. False edge on the back, and it has that very interesting spear point where it flares up. It is a false edge, but I don't know if they were thinking making that into some sort of spear or javelin and hunting with it, or if it's just for interest. But anyway, very interesting spear point right there. Got some jimping for your thumb, that flat space here. The handle is about 4 3/4 inches. Blade's about 5 inches. There I'm comparing it to an older style Mora. Now they have the newer style 511. That's a very familiar knife, so I'm comparing it against that. far as handle and blade length. I was notching with a baton initially because I didn't think it would be as good a chopper as it is. Let's see if I can baton the piece of wood I just cut. It's dead, but somewhat newly dead. Call it green. I don't usually split cordwood with a knife. Not saying that you should, it's more of a test. Usually the most I baton is like sticks, make some kindling. But of course, if I make a shelter, need poles, and if I can't break them, it's good to have a knife I can put to rough use. And I did notice with the rubber handle, not feeling any shock at all, really. Alright, handle test. Don't try this at home. It's like dribbling a basketball. I can't see any damage to the handle. There's particles of wood and sawdust or whatever jammed inside the pattern of the handle. I'd go down to the brook and wash that off, I'm just showing you. And I don't see any damage to the blade, any damage to the edge from the abuse. See how it cuts? I mean, as far as the fine cuts now. So after all the hard use and abuse, I can make really fine shavings, make fat shavings. I read the description on the company's website, and I don't remember anything about a sharp spine. Just by feel, seems at least a little bit of sharpness, so let's put it to the test. See if I can use this as a secondary edge. In my opinion, that has enough sharpness right from the factory to be used as a secondary edge, like a scraper edge. I quickly washed that off in the creek. Got most of the sawdust out of the handle. Still a little bit of sap on the blade, but I just want to give you a better look. And I think I figured out the thoughts behind this interesting blade design, because you have this jimping here, that's your thumb rest. You have a false edge. Then this here I would call a sharpened 90-degree spine, this area here. So at that point it's almost like a multi-tool, because you got this scraper edge. And I have to say that I recommend it, so I'll put the link in the description to the Odin Wolf US website where you can get yours. And I thank you for joining me, guys. I'll see you again Thursday, 8 p.m. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. John 1:4.